Oh, you know it's serious if I got the helmet on. All right, Giovanni, rev it up. Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. We'll leave this to the professionals, no question about it. Oh, my gosh, I'm even getting tangled in it. This is some incredible scenery around Lancaster County. Just unbelievable. Looking at the farms. I got to ask you, is this some of your favorite areas to fly?
It's one of the best.
I'm curious, for someone who has never come to a roller derby game, what's their experience like? What do they say afterward? Hey there, good morning. Literally, I'm going to drive onto it right now. I have Captain Don. He's going to guide me in. And I got to tell you, this is surprisingly easy to move right on in. I don't even feel the bumps. Oh, listen to that. Listen to this. It has a great crunch. You ready? How good is that? That's delicious. I'll tell you what, guys, I am earning the money today. It is cold out here. It is a bit refreshing, and for some people, they're happy to have the cold. In fact, some businesses, like Round Top Mountain Resort, they want the cold, and for that, let's find out why. We got Chris in the house. Chris, what do you guys like to have weather this cold? And guess what else weighs about the same amount as this? I just so happen to have the essential for a snowstorm, a gallon of milk. True story. The weight of that snow on this shovel right here is literally just about the same as a gallon of milk. Yes, I'm going to do some rock climbing, Mel, and I have to tell you, I'm a little embarrassed to see this. This right here, that's called no muscle, but I'm going to do my best to climb up to where Matt's at right now. And I want to chat with Matt because they still do rock climbing in the rain. So let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can hold a mic. Let's see if I can scale this wall. I've not done this in about 15 years. And yeah, I think I got this. I was told you go in this as if you're putting on a backpack. So here I go. I'm coming in like Superman. One arm in. Let's try the other one. One arm in, both arms in. Let me grab this. It was actually easy to get in. And it's easy to move around this. I can't believe it. I'm in a bubble right now. I'm also at the Lanco Fieldhouse because it is the indoor senior games. If you don't want to be a bubble person, there's plenty more activities to do. Jen, what's happening here today?
Oh, we're excited. Senior indoor games.
Good morning, Drew. How are you?
Okay, I'm good, but you got to tell me, how is the devil a good guy? You've been in the services for many years, and now you're doing these bike tours, and that's just one of so many. Let's check out some other ones happening across our area. I'm a big fan of the Dillsburg Pickle Drop. That's in York County. Okay, it's not a real pickle, so I better just cross that out. It's actually paper mache from my understanding. So it looks like an everyday report, right? I'm just standing here in Manheim Township, but I'm not. I'm upside down. And coming up on Fox 43, you'll find out why. On Fox 43! See you, Drew!
And this morning, the boats are fired up with a familiar passenger. Fox 43's Drew Anderson joins us now live from Dauphin County to tell us all about it. Hey, Drew.
Hey there, it's literally a tailgate on the Susquehanna River. Who knew you could do that? But you can do that any single day this summer because you can ride literally with your car on the Millersburg Ferry. And talking about passengers, let's see who's on the ferry this morning. Who do we got? There's a passenger. Come on down. We got Melanie from the Millersburg Riverboat Association, right? And tell me a little bit more about this historic ferry. How old is it?
It's at least 200 years old. We have documented proof that it's 200 years old, but we have reason to believe that it was here much longer than that.
And I got to tell you, it's beautiful. Take a look at this. We got Zach down there to get us going, to literally get us in the river from the Perry County side. We're heading toward Dauphin County. He had this pole. He's looking like Mark Twain right there. That's what I think about when I see that. And he was helping to push to get us in the water. The paddle on this is incredible. And what makes this work, I understand, is that rock wall. And I heard you guys had a crowdfunding on that. Tell me about that.
We crowdfunded for it to raise $20,000 to rebuild the wall because the wall costs about $11,000, $12,000. And in the meantime, while crowdfunding for that, the Falcon broke down and it needs a new paddle wheel, which costs about $6,500. So the crowdfunding is a great thing. Even though we were asking for more than the wall was, necessary, we still needed the 4 other funds. Since we're a small nonprofit, we rely solely on grants and, donations to help us out.
And the Falcon, that's boat number 2. Right now, I'm going to see what boat we're on. We're on the Roaring Bull. That's what we're on here in the Susquehanna Rivers. We're roaring across. This is incredible. We have ourselves in the expert hands of the captain. Don is in the house. Don, tell me more about why you need that rock wall, because earlier this summer, I understand you weren't able to go across the river.
The river was too low. We couldn't ferry. We draft about 1.5 feet of water at the stern in front of the paddle wheel. The Susquehanna River dropped, and there is ledges and loose rocks in here. You might have 3 foot of water one place, and we didn't have 1.5 foot of water to ferry some other places. Chain is only as strong as its weakest link, and neither is the water depth no deeper than its shallowest spot.
And that's what's interesting about the Susquehanna. Because it's so big, it's actually pretty narrow when it comes to crossing. So they need this rock wall to dam up the river. Well, that is the latest live in Dauphin County on the Susquehanna River. I'm Drew Anderson on Fox 43. But before I go, I want to talk about this dramatic picture behind me. Andrea, take a look at this. The sky looking very dramatic with these darker clouds hiding some of the sunlight.
7:14 right now. Weather conditions have to be just right for a hot air balloon to go up in the air. They often go up at sunrise when the wind is mostly calm. This morning, the weather is perfect for a hot air balloon ride, and it just so happens that the United States hot air balloon team volunteered to take Drew Anderson for a ride in Lancaster County. Good morning. Oh my goodness, there you are.
Live in the air. I clearly have the best job in the world. So speaking about the weather, we actually just asked our producer Julie to move us up in the 7 o'clock hour because of the weather. I want to bring in Kyle. Kyle, why did we ask to move up?
Winds are very key when it comes to hot air ballooning, and winds tend to pick up once that sun starts heating the surface of the earth. We start having unpredictable thermals, which come out of nowhere. So you want to fly in the calm conditions, and that's most likely going to happen right at sunrise.
And those thermals, that's the bumps you feel on an airplane, right?
Absolutely. The turbulence you'll feel. Yep, you got it.
So I got to tell you, I do not like heights, but I'm not feeling any issue with heights out here. In fact, when we went up, it was as smooth as an elevator. First of all, I cannot believe how smooth this is. Secondly, I can't believe I'm not having an issue with heights. Is that a common occurrence?
It is, and it throws a lot of people off too. That's everybody's main concern is, I'm scared of heights. Will I be scared inside the balloon? And as much as I could tell them no, it's up to them to muster the courage, get in the basket. There's no height sensation. There's no motion sickness. There's no vertigo. It's a beautiful ride. You don't even know you're moving.
It's so true. I can't get my head around that I can look down. I literally could drop this mic into the corn down there, but I just don't feel like I'm high up. And I think it's just a function of how great and how smooth this is and how well you guys operate. So tell me, when you have someone up here for the first time, what's it like with them?
Oh, it's great. Everybody's having a good time. Everyone's all smiles. All you got to do is show them a good time. Come out and fly on a nice weather day. And how do you not have fun on a hot air balloon? Just taking pictures. You're your own photographer.
This is some incredible scenery around Lancaster County. Just unbelievable. Looking at the farms. I got to ask you, is this some of your favorite areas to fly?
It's one of the best. One of my favorite personally, and of course one of the best in the state of Pennsylvania for sure. I mean, where else are you going to get farmland like this? You know, beautiful cut rows. Looks like a patchwork, a big quilt just laying on the landscape.
Kyle, you've been doing this for years now, and I got to ask you, what got you interested in doing hot air balloon rides?
Long story short, I applied to a little old ad, had the opportunity to go up for a nice hot air balloon ride, and I haven't looked back. That was 6 years ago, and the rest is history in a good way. It's just awesome. Right place, right time.
We got some people saying hello, good morning down there.
Good morning!
I love it. This is so much fun. So if someone wants to come up with you, and I got to tell you, I'm just so impressed with your professionalism and how wonderful this is. How can we get in touch with you to schedule a hot air balloon ride?
Well, 2 ways. Best way, obviously, always the internet. USHotAirBalloon.com. www.USHotAirBalloon.com. And then, of course, our 800 number, 1-800-76-FLY-US. We're in the office 9 to 5, 7 days a week. You give us a buzz, we'll take care of you.
USHotAirBalloon.com. I love it. This is incredible, guys. Live in the air right here on Fox 43 over Lancaster County. I'm Drew Anderson. Andrea, we got to send it to you with a live picture of the weather. Here's your weather observation this morning. Just a touch of haze in the distance as we look around. What do you think, Andrea? Could you get used to a perspective like this for weather?
Oh my goodness, Drew, you are one lucky ducky this morning, and you're kind of up there with the duckies too, technically.